Mitchellville Police Chief and Interim City Administrator William Daggett has resigned from his position. Now, this came hours after a report from the auditor's office alleged he misspent thousands of dollars as Baxter Police Chief. Local 5's Alex Fulton is digging into the audit, and Alex, it states 3 Baxter employees were involved.
That's exactly right, Stephanie. The 3 employees no longer work for the city of Baxter and haven't for quite some time. Former EMS Director Randy Gleam resigned on February 5th, 2024. Former Police Chief William Daggett and former City Clerk Katie Wilson resigned shortly after on February 15th, 2024.
I think it was kind of surprising that something like this happened in a town of this size.
State Auditor Rob Sand's new report is the talk of the town in Baxter, home to just under 1,000. It found city officials misspent over $90,000 between July 2021 and February 2024.
I know that the taxpayers here in Baxter would love to ensure that A, this isn't going to happen again, and B, everything that was taken, the people get held accountable for it, and we try to prevent this from happening again.
Over $75,000 was for improper disbursements. This includes over $1,400 in improper payroll costs to former EMS Director Randy Gleam and over $3,500 for former City Clerk Katie Wilson. The city of Elkhart confirmed Wilson is now employed as the city administrator, and city officials are aware of the report. The most was for former police chief William Daggett at over $51,000.
There was a pretty wide distinction between when his time cards said that he was actually on duty, or his time sheets, I should say, versus when he actually called in to say he was on duty.
At the time, Daggett was the Van Meter police chief and duplicated hours, which wasn't allowed.
We also saw purchases on the city's credit card for personal items and items that were purchased allegedly for city use, but that the city no longer possesses.
Sand says it will be up to other entities to determine what action to take, if any, for the alleged fraud in Baxter.
This is an important thing that you want to do well. There's a penalty in terms of reputation.
Now, I reached out to Daggett, Wilson, and Gleam for comment on this report. Gleam, the former EMS director, was the only one who picked up the phone. She hung up when I introduced myself as a reporter with Local 5. Stephanie?